Look up at the night sky and count the stars, and then remember that behind every star you see, there are millions more hiding in the dark. Our galaxy alone holds hundreds of billions of stars, and the universe holds hundreds of billions of galaxies, and it has had nearly 14 billion years to fill itself with life. By every law of probability, the cosmos should be crowded, buzzing with civilizations, glowing with their cities and their ships and their signals. And yet, when we listen, we hear nothing, and when we look, we see no one. The universe is silent, and that silence is one of the greatest mysteries in all of science. Welcome back to Echoes of the Universe, where we explore the deepest questions the cosmos can ask. If you love journeys like this one, consider subscribing and joining us as we listen to the dark together. So, where is everybody? Let us find out. The question sounds simple, almost childish, and yet it has haunted scientists for more than 70 years. One day, during a casual lunch, the great physicist Enrico Fermi was talking with his colleagues about aliens, about flying saucers, and about how vast the universe is. And somewhere in the middle of that conversation, he suddenly asked, "But then, where is everybody?" And the question stuck, because it cut straight to the heart of a genuine contradiction. The universe is unimaginably old and unimaginably large. And even if life is rare, even if intelligent life is rarer still, the numbers are so enormous that our galaxy should have been visited, colonized, or at least touched by other civilizations many times over, long before humans ever existed. A civilization only slightly older than ours, with only slightly better technology, could spread across the entire galaxy in a few million years, and a few million years is nothing, a blink, in the life of the Milky Way. So the galaxy has had time, it has had space, it has had chances beyond counting, and still, the skies are empty and the silence is total. This is the Fermi Paradox, and every possible answer to it is stranger than the question. In the early 1960s, a young astronomer named Frank Drake tried to turn the question into mathematics. He wrote down a simple chain of numbers. How many stars are born each year? How many of them have planets? How many of those planets can hold life? How often life actually appears? How often it becomes intelligent? And how long such civilizations survive? And when you multiply it all together, you get an estimate of how many talking civilizations should exist in our galaxy right now. And here's the astonishing part, because even with cautious, conservative guesses, the answer almost never comes out as one. It comes out as dozens, or hundreds, or even thousands of civilizations sharing our galaxy at this very moment. And in the decades since, our telescopes have only made the numbers stronger, because we now know that planets are not rare at all. Nearly every star you see at night carries its own family of worlds, and billions of them sit in the gentle zone where water can stay liquid, where life, as we know it, could take hold. The ingredients of life, water, carbon, energy are scattered everywhere we look. The table is set across the entire galaxy, and yet, no one seems to have come to dinner. So if the numbers say the galaxy should be alive and the silence says it is not, then something, somewhere, must be stopping life in its tracks. And scientists have given that something a chilling name. They call it the Great Filter. Think of the journey from dead matter to a star-faring civilization as a long staircase with many steps. Chemistry must become life. Life must become complex. Complexity must become intelligence. And intelligence must survive its own power, long enough to reach the stars. The Great Filter is the idea that somewhere on that staircase there is a step so difficult, so nearly impossible, that almost nothing, anywhere, ever gets past it. And the haunting question is not whether the filter exists, but where it lies. Because there are only two possibilities, and one of them is wonderful, and the other is terrifying. If the filter is behind us, if the hard step was the origin of life itself, or the leap to complex cells, then we are among the luckiest things that have ever happened, and the empty sky is simply the mark of our extraordinary fortune. We passed the test that no one else could. But if the filter is ahead of us, then the silence has a much darker meaning, because it would suggest that civilizations do arise again and again, all across the galaxy, and that something, some crisis, some mistake, some inevitable catastrophe destroys them every single time before they can reach the stars. And in that case, the empty sky is not a blessing, it is a warning. But perhaps the answer is gentler than that, because there is another possibility, that we are simply early. The universe feels ancient to us, but on the cosmic calendar, the age of stars has only just begun. The small, patient red dwarf stars which we met at the end of the universe will keep burning for trillions of years, and most of the planets that will ever exist have not even formed yet. Some scientists have calculated that if you consider the entire future of the universe, the vast majority of Earth-like worlds are still waiting to be born, which would mean that life like ours is not late to the party at all. We may be among the very first guests to arrive, wandering through empty halls, wondering where everyone is, never realizing that the party simply has not started yet. And if that is true, then the silence is not a graveyard. It is a nursery, and we are the first cry in a universe that is only beginning to wake up. Or perhaps the galaxy is not silent at all, and we simply do not know how to listen. Think about how we search. We point radio telescopes at the sky, and we listen for signals like the ones we ourselves broadcast. But radio is a young technology, and perhaps a passing phase, because even here on Earth we are already going quiet, moving from loud broadcasts to cables and satellites and focused beams that leak almost nothing into space. A civilization 1,000,000 years older than ours might communicate in ways we cannot even imagine, with lasers we never catch, with particles we have not discovered, with methods that would look to us like silence. Expecting them to use radio might be like a tribe deep in the jungle, listening for distant drums, while the sky above them is full of invisible messages, flowing through fiber optic cables and satellite links that they cannot perceive at all. We have been listening, seriously, for only a few decades, and we have searched only a tiny corner of the sky, at a tiny range of frequencies. Someone once compared it to dipping a single glass into the ocean, and concluding that the ocean holds no fish. The silence, in other words, may say less about the universe and more about the smallness of our ears. And then there is the darkest answer of all, an idea known as the dark forest. Imagine the universe as a forest at night, silent and still. And at first, the silence seems to mean the forest is empty, but there is another possibility, that the forest is full of hunters and every one of them is hiding, because in a dark forest, the one who makes a sound is the one who gets found, and the one who gets found may not survive. The logic is cold and simple. Between civilizations separated by light years, trust is almost impossible, because you can never truly know what the other side intends, or how fast they are growing, and by the time you find out, it may be too late. And so, the safest move in the whole game, the only truly safe move, might be silence, to hide, to listen, and to never, ever announce yourself. If that logic is right, then the great silence is not emptiness, it is discipline. The galaxy could be full of civilizations, every one of them holding its breath, every one of them watching. And the truly frightening thought is this, that while every wise civilization stays quiet, we have been doing the exact opposite. We have been shouting into the forest for a century. Our radio, our television, our radar, rippling outward in an ever-growing sphere, announcing to anyone who listens exactly where we live. Most scientists consider this scenario unlikely, a story more than a prediction, but it lingers in the mind because it fits the silence so perfectly, and it asks a question we cannot easily dismiss. What if the quiet ones are the only ones who survive? There are other answers too, each one a doorway into a different universe. Perhaps they have already been here, long before us. The Earth is 4.5 billion years old, and humans have been watching the sky for barely a heartbeat. A visit 1,000,000 years ago, or 100 million, would have left no witnesses and almost certainly no trace we could ever find. Or perhaps they existed, and they are already gone. Civilizations may rise and fall like sparks in the dark, brilliant and brief, separated not only by space, but by time. Two sparks may both be real, and yet never see each other because they flare up 1 billion years apart. The galaxy may be layered with ruins, with the ashes of empires that burned out long before our sun was born. Or perhaps, strangest of all, they are simply not interested. We assume that every civilization dreams of the stars, but that is our dream, not necessarily theirs. A truly advanced intelligence might turn inward, into virtual worlds of its own creation, into experiences we cannot imagine, and find the cold, empty distances between the stars simply not worth the journey. Every one of these answers is possible, and every one of them changes what the silence means. And then, there is the answer we rarely dare to say out loud. Perhaps we are alone. Perhaps the origin of life truly is a miracle of chemistry, so unlikely that in all the hundreds of billions of galaxies, it happened only once. Perhaps the universe is a cathedral of 1 trillion empty rooms, and we are the only voice that has ever echoed through it. At first, that thought feels like loneliness, but hold it a little longer, and it transforms, because if we are truly alone, then we are not small. We are the rarest thing in all of existence. Every thought, every song, every act of kindness, every question ever asked exists nowhere else, and all the endless dark and the death of our world would not just be the end of a species. It would be the end of meaning itself. If we are alone, then we are not insignificant. We are the universe's only witness, the only place, in all of space and time, where the cosmos has opened its eyes and looked at itself and wondered. And that would make us, not an accident, but a responsibility. So where is everybody? The honest answer is that we do not know. Perhaps they are coming, perhaps they are hiding, perhaps they are gone, or perhaps they were never there at all, and the silence belongs to us alone. But here is what we do know. We are here, we are listening, and we have just begun to search. Our telescopes grow sharper every year, our questions grow deeper, and somewhere out there on a quiet night, an answer may already be traveling toward us at the speed of light. Until it arrives, we keep looking up, and we keep asking, because that is what we are, the part of the universe that refuses to stop wondering. This has been Echoes of the Universe. If this journey moved you, subscribe and travel with us again, because the cosmos is full of questions, and we have only just started asking them. The dark is deep and full of wonders, so stay curious, and we will keep listening together.